When I was in primary, my sport was swimming.
Swimming.
Yes. But when I went to secondary, the school I went to didn't have a pool at that time. So, of course, now I had to look for something else to do. I ventured into netball. I was actually a good netball player.
Which school was this?
In high school, Moi Girls School, Nairobi. Yeah.
Cubs.
Cubs. Cubs, that's where I was. I know we were known for hockey, but I was seeing those hockey sticks might go with my face. So I think netball was a safe bet. Yeah, and we also used to be made to do cross country. Was it every Saturday morning? Yeah. It's not easy because I have been in the Ministry of Sports for quite a long time. Since 1997, when I was employed. And I went to the district first. Green, fresh, not sure that you know what you're going to do in the district, and you've been sent as a district head. And I was sent to Nyeri, and I think that was my first time outside Nairobi. And then you've been sent for work. So the only thing that helped me was my sister. My elder sister was working in Karatina, and so she took me, and she's the one who told me, okay, ukifika Karatina ushuke, and then we will go with you to Nyeri. From Nyeri, then I came back to Nairobi on transfer. I was at Kasarani actually for quite some number of years. And then now I came to the Department of Sports. No, I actually went from Kasarani, I went to Thika. In Thika, I stayed like 10 years. And then I came to the headquarters to be the PA for the Secretary of Sports then. And then now issues of doping in Kenya started. And they had an officer who was doing it, but he got assigned other duties. And so as the PA to the Secretary of Sports, I took over. Because naturally it was the Secretary of Sports who was attending meetings and doing all that. And so when they decided Kenya has to start an organization or get banned in 2016, I was one of the pioneers, and I've grown up the ranks. And now when Mr. Rugut retired, I think the board in their wisdom, I'm hoping it was their wisdom, decided to give me the acting position, and then the position was actually advertised. I applied and I got the position. I identify a lot with athletics, and why? It's because I worked, when I was a sports officer, a lot of the sports that was going on in the districts, especially athletics is one of them. And you know, athletics has very good structures up to the district level. So athletics is one, just because I've worked so much with them from the district level. Of course, swimming is another, because I was a swimmer myself. Swimming is another. And you try to help demystify the fact that swimming is an elitist sport, which is what many Kenyans think. But we try to help demystify that, because anybody who is good in water should be able to get the chance to make it to the team. The lesson I learned is resilience, especially because first the training. I remember when we were in school, the training we used to go through in swimming. It's quite rigorous. You know, we always see that this athlete has broken the record, has won, and they've gotten 5 million shillings. We don't know what they have gone through to get to the point that they are able to break a record. I don't think me right now would be able to wake up at 5 in the morning to do my, is it they do their 42-kilometer morning exercise training, and then you go to the gym, and then in the afternoon again you do training, and then in between that maybe you're in a camp because of one reason or another, just so that you can get your mind psychological in the right space to be able to train and then thereafter compete. You need to have resilience. I'm called Mami at home. It's because I was the first daughter or first girl child to be born into the Shibutse or Mutsalali homestead after my dad's mom passed on. I was born a week after she died. She was called Sarah Idieva. I'm named after her. I'm Sarah Idieva. But now my dad took to calling me Mami, my mother. So even when I go home, even my cousins who are older than me, they they call me Mami, and it has stuck till now.
Yes.
Freedom to just be, and people not to look at you and judge you that either one, you're a government officer, you should not be behaving like this, or you're a CEO. When you're a child, do you even think of such things? You don't. No restrictions at all. You can do what you want to do and be what you want to be. So that freedom. My mother tells me my neatness. I'm a neatness freak. And so she tells me it's something that she even noticed back when I was a child. She told me I used to love white clothes. You wouldn't give your child white clothes because anaenda nje kucheza, so they will get dirty. But she told me somehow my clothes never used to get dirty. She used to hope that now my sister who follows me will not have such tendencies because why would this child just want white dresses, and even when she goes out to play she's so careful? Is she not letting herself be? Spontaneous is really once in a pink moon. No, once in a pink moon, because the only time that you might find I might be spontaneous is like a lunch. I mean, can we do lunch today? Are you available? I'm like, yeah, I'm free. So that is what I'm spontaneous about, and especially with my siblings. After a hard day in the office, you're just feeling I need to unwind and detox. You send a message, who's free for lunch today? And then, me, can we make it this time? Okay, then that's me being spontaneous. My dad, yeah, I was a daddy's girl.
So excited to say.
I was a daddy's girl for sure. My dad was somebody who was in our lives, not only me, but was in our lives in totality. Not that my mom wasn't, she also was. But I think for her, where she was working was really demanding. And my dad was more flexible. And so he is the one who would come for parents teachers meetings. He is the one who would check on our homework. He's the one who would go to when we need to go out. So he used to like those days, I don't know whether you would know. The race course used to be a thing those days. So we would go to see the horses racing at Ngong Race Course. That is one thing that my dad did. My childhood memory, that is this. Going to race course, yes, and eating cotton candy. Cotton candy. Yes. and my dad hanging out with his brother because we used to go with my uncle. Yeah, but us we were just there as kids and going. So he was in our lives in totality. Really, there's nothing I would change because I was born in a family, one where I was not an only child. So I had siblings. We are 5 siblings, and almost close to age. Not staircase, but yeah, close to age. And so we had each other a lot to play. And you know, for many people, especially those who are alone or who are only 2, you miss that camaraderie of having your siblings as your friends. We had that. The only thing that I would have wanted, and we used to tell my mom, it's because of you, because my mom is a Bukusu, and Bukusus apparently usually ask for many things for dowry. So we told her she's the one who made my dad broke. But we would, you know, the way now you try to expose your children to Mombasa early in life, to, you know, outside Nairobi. We actually were just Nairobi people, shags once in a while. Yeah,
So
the holidays outside Nairobi is what we would have wanted. His neatness. My dad was a neatness freak. He would even come home after work, and as he's walking, he's those dads who would do, na hapa muliosha kweli. And my dad is the type, and I am also like that.
yes.
You see the way these books are arranged. In the evening, if I come and find one askewed, I'll ask, he would ask, who touched my things?
You know everything.
You know everything the way you left it to the angle. So I'm also like that. I don't ask who touched my things unless it's something that I'm feeling, why were you here? But I will always know somebody has tampered with. So that's how I'm like him. By prayer, gifts, and speech. Yeah, because I have people in my lives who actually say it out, that I love you. But there are people who, like, if you were brought up during our time, even saying it to your parents that you love you ni ngumu. Kwanza kama we ni Muluya kama mimi, it's hard. Yes, but there's a way we show, because you're always there for somebody, and they're always telling you, I'll pray for you, you are in my prayers, and I wish you well, you know, just speaking that out. Buy books. I love reading. So anytime I think of, I need to do something for myself, that's the first thing I think of. And so, of course, you can imagine my home library. I have like very many books. And you can find at any given moment, I have 5 books I've not read. But I'll pass by a bookstop at Yaya Center, and then I'll be like, do you have any new books? And I'll want, I tried Kindle, it didn't work for me.
I tell people this.
It just didn't, it's not the same feeling. It's not the same feeling. The lights are just in your face, and then
Just look like another device. It doesn't have
the
concept
book,
artists.
the book itself, and then I immerse myself.
Yes.
I get into the story.
Yes.
I have to come up for air. Allah, what has happened while I was away? Lately, in the later years, I've started loving African writers. Of course, before I'm a chick, I used to read Mills and Boons. That's where we started. Akina Nancy Drew. Do you read Mills and Boons? Or your children? Nancy Drew, Hardy Boys, Famous Five, all those we went through. and then there were no African writers.
Yes.
But now I've started loving African writers. But the other book that I loved and I can read many times is Babasegi's Babasegi's Wives.
Yes.
Yes, I really enjoyed that book. And for me, it was just that we usually say that somebody educated will be able to make better choices. This is an educated lady, till university, but she still agreed to be the 8th wife of Babasegi. Who in their right mind does that? Yes, and the 8th wife. And just the story, it's just amazing. I'm a perfectionist. One, and that I talk a lot.
You do.
Yes, especially when I'm free with you, or when, and I think this is also something that has come to me the more I have become older, the more I've matured. Of course, way back when, in my teen years, 20s, 30s, I was a very quiet person. In fact, many people who meet me usually say, "You're very quiet." But my siblings will say, "What?" What? The noisemaker, yes, in the home. I'm the one who used to be beaten a lot, because I was always breaking rules, yeah, and all that. So I actually talk a lot. I even surprise myself. So I don't know if I've grown into it because of maturity. Yeah. I know what I want, and I am not scared to go for it. 10 years ago, I would be thinking, should I? What if I fail? Is that a risk I really want to take? But now I'm like, why not take the risk? Why not go for it? See what happens. But 10 years ago, I would not have had those thought processes. I would just be like, hey, I'm not sure, yeah, whether I want to try that. People's opinions. Umerilate. Yeah, people's opinions. Yeah, they matter less than I thought they would. I think, as I said before, the fact that I'm a perfectionist and I expect it of other people, you almost always never get, even of myself actually, you almost always never get that perfect life, perfect work that you wanted to be done. And so you have to be able to come down and either meet people halfway, but also show them how they can be not maybe perfect, but better than what they did. If it's some work I want, I would want to show them what they can do to make it better than what they have presented. When we were all at home together as siblings, those were good memories we had. Yeah, my mom was the type who would chase the DM away from home in December. All the kids have closed school or college or whatever, and we are all home. So we had to assign ourselves. My elder sister had to assign us duties. So today you're cooking, today you're washing dishes, today you're doing the house. So even my brothers, they know how to cook, they know how to clean the house, everything. But we would really hurry so that, if you remember those days, were you born? We used to have Hallmark movies. So we would make sure we've done everything quickly. Then now we are there sitting, watching Hallmark movies until we remember parents are coming home in the evening and dinner needs to be ready. So I love that. And I think that is something that has helped us be such a close-knit family till today. Yeah, we are in each other's business. But now that we are older, you have to purpose. I know people don't like that word. You have to purpose or to make sure that you make time for yourself as siblings, one, but as the family in totality. So for us, how we do that is that we ensure we celebrate all birthdays, even for the children, and we celebrate them in our family home, where my mother is here in Nairobi. We celebrate all birthdays. It might not be on the day, but at least if we are saying people who were born in January, we will have the family meetings. And then over Christmas, now people go wherever. But on 26th, we have standard. We are meeting at my brother's place. On first, it is standard that we are all going to my mother's place. I stay now with my mom. They're all coming now to my house. It's my mother's house still, but they're all, and that has been tradition for quite a number of years now. My perfect weekend is on a Saturday. If I'm not meeting my girls, just having a lazy lunch. And by lazy lunch, I mean you start maybe at 12:30 and you go at 8 till talking, because we do that. Yes, there's 2-3 weeks ago in December, someday, we were meeting at 1 and we were looking at our clocks and say, okay, it's now 9, you guys, we need to go home. And you're just, I mean, because it's a bonding session. Yeah, so you just sit, talk about anything and everything. But my other nice weekend is when, especially when it's a cold, rainy day like last Saturday, you just sit in the house on the couch with a throw, deep in a novel, or watching a movie. Right now it's gospel. I listen to various. Elevation, I listen to Maverick, I listen to Don Moen is such a ageless for me. But I also listen to the Eric Smith. I like trying to see if I can listen to Kenyans more, because we actually have very good music. Yeah, Eric Smith, Masi Masika. Hey, Moluya, chicken and chapati. By the way, kama jana nilikula chicken kienyeji and chapati. That is my go-to. Exactly. Yeah, Francis. Kuja nyumbani tutakupikia. A lot. When you get to this age, and especially, like for me, the last 1 week, there have been so many murder cases and chicks being, yes. You thank God that I've even reached the age that I have, because I'm now at least past half a century. You thank God. You just look out there, you read what's happening in the papers, you're like, what? This person is so young, or they've committed suicide. Like, what would have made them, boy or girl, commit suicide? The stresses of life, I think, are becoming more. In even as we modernize ourselves, and it's becoming more. So for me to have reached where I am, I thank God. Yeah, my age especially, not even that work or no, just the age.